Good morning, sweethearts. How y'all doing? Maybe I need to adjust my light to the other way. Happy Saturday. I think it's Saturday. How y'all doing with these energies? They're intense. They're very liberating, though. And yesterday I spent, oh goodness, probably the majority of the day. I've been waking up. My team has been waking me up between 1 and 2 again. And yesterday I woke up at 2:11, which 2:11 symbolizes divine intervention. And I really spent the day in a deep observance, not of life, just in life in general. And I love how spirit works, because sweethearts, if you really observe life, and here's a good example. If you go into my photos and you go back and you go into an album labeled Mother's Day, that was back in 2008, right before my mama died of lung cancer. That was Mother's Day. And you look at a picture of me, I was 300 and some pounds. Now, if you take every single one of us and you blow us up to be fat, we all look the same. The only thing different is our skin color. For the most part, we all look the same. If you take our education, our religions, and everything else, we have been indoctrinated, enslaved to be alike. Good morning, Jenny, Logan, David, Lizette, Alice, Jamie. Big hugs and blessings, sweet ones. And on the spiritual journey, our whole lives, we strive to be alike. We strive to be like the Joneses. We strive to be like the way our mama and daddies tell us. And on the spiritual journey, we discover that we're unique. That everything in our life is the exact same as everybody else. The same problems, the same mentality, the same thinking, the same everything, the same problems, the same issues. We've been taught to work hard, to slave, to this, to that. And the one thing that we have not been taught is to be unique. Thank you, Lizette. You always look beautiful, sweetheart. And you don't have to work hard for anything. You don't have to do anything. Because if you're sitting here and you're working hard, what are you working hard for? Peace. Peace is in the moment. If you take the importance of everything out of the way, if you take the importance of your opinions out of the way, if you step back and say, okay, where am I trying to be like her or him or this or that, you're going to find that truly that's not your struggle. Your struggle and what you fight against and what you resist in every given breath, sweet ones, is trying to be like the girl next door, trying to be like this person, trying to be like that galactic, trying to be like that commander, trying to be like that princess, trying to be like that queen, trying to be like that king, trying to be like the past. And the whole purpose of your spiritual journey is to take us back to being unique, to take us out of struggle, to take us out of competition, to take us out of working hard, to take us out of everything that keeps us out of the beautiful moment of right now. Yes, you may choose in this moment, in this breath, to slave yourself, to work hard, to be like Miss Jones, to whatever it may be. But when you allow yourself to be, allow yourself to be unique with no conditions, with no definition, with no opinion, with no label, you allow yourself to be everything and everyone, and to become that which you already are. How you doing, Heather, Barat, Astral, Adela, Ellen? Big hugs and blessings, sweethearts. So I've really been in a space of observing all of the galactics out there, because we're all things, sweet ones. Observing the posts, observing people's reactions, observing people's perceptions, observing what Spirit has been showing me. And repeatedly, and I personally, this is something that I have been observing all year long. Because even though there is so much that resonates with me, there's those little tiny things that don't. How you doing, Johanna, Sherry, Lisa? Big hugs and blessings, sweet ones. And so I really spent the past 48 hours asking Spirit, all right, look, Spirit, show me this. Show me this. And you know what, sweet ones, it really comes down to allowing yourself to be different, allowing yourself to be unique. And I'm not saying in the sense of the way you dress or this or that or the other. Because truly you don't have to be anything. You are a miracle and a gift to this planet just by being here. Whether you're on a spiritual journey and consciously awake or unconsciously still asleep. Yes, to the human aspect, you have to put in effort and take action to build that which you feel and believe that you need in your life. Absolutely. However, has it ever crossed your minds, instead of going and buying a new TV for yourself, to go buy a TV and give it to a family that doesn't have one? Has it ever crossed your mind not to buy a material thing and instead take the money, hop on a bus or in your car and drive 50 miles down the road to that elderly couple that you know are alone and spend time with them? How would the world be different if we stopped buying things that satisfied us? Stopped creating things for the idea of satisfaction? When you step back and you identify what the meaning of life is for you. In my last video, I think it was, Spirit showed me what gives you joy. Every day, ask yourself, Sophia, what gives you joy? What brings you joy, and what joy can you give to another? And then yesterday, I'm sitting outside, and my neighbors on the other side of me, one of them comes home. I was meditating, and one of them comes home, And a huge screaming match broke out. And so I went in my house. It was just as loud being inside my house as it was outside. And you can hear things being thrown and broken and smashed. And I really sat there with it, and I said, Spirit, show me the meaning of what it truly means through your eyes, what it means to help each other. You want to know what Spirit said to me, sweethearts? As long as you are helping others to make yourself feel better, you're not helping them at all. Because you have an itinerary behind it. That was a hard pill for me to swallow. I said, Spirit, that doesn't make sense to me. He says, Spirit, you know this, Sophia. The mind can never wrap logic around Spirit. I said, okay, my beloved, show me the meaning of life then. You want to know what Spirit said to me? Sophia, why does life have to have meaning? Well, what do you mean, Spirit? If life has no meaning, then what's the purpose of life? He's like, experience. Okay, well, yeah, I've known that. He's like, let's take that knowing to a deeper level, Sophia. I said, okay. He's like, if you did absolutely nothing in your life but breathe, could you be happy? I thought about it for a minute and I said, why, yeah, I could. I said, I was trapped in darkness for billions of years. Of course I can be happy, Spirit. And then Spirit says, okay, now let's take it a little deeper. If you are satisfied with just your breath, and you can be happy with just your breath, with nothing, he's like, why is it then that you cannot be satisfied with nothing in life? He's like, isn't it more of a truth for you, Sophia, now that you're no longer trapped in darkness, and you can do and be and feel and experience anything you want? Right? And I said, yes, Father. And again, Spirit shows me. So why would you want to limit yourself by things? Why would you want to limit yourself, Sophia, by thought? Why would you want to engage and do something when you do nothing in the space of nothingness? You have everything. Sweethearts, we individually give meaning to life. What the meaning of life is for me is not going to be the same for you. What the meaning of helping others gives me joy, as Lisa says. Absolutely, it gives us joy. But now observe, how many times do you help others with a hidden, whether it's conscious or not, obligatory, or feeling that you have to to save grace, to save face, or because you think that's what Spirit wants you to do, or because your favorite commander or guru or this or that tells you you have to, or encourages you to be that to be this, you have to do this. To be enlightened, awakened, spiritually mature, you have to do this. It's necessary. And I do it myself. I tell you guys that all the time. You know, it's necessary to detach your emotions. It's necessary to see beyond the physical presentation, and absolutely it is. But how many of you can walk away from Facebook and social media, your TVs, your radios, every material thing that you have, and be truly happy and satisfied with life? And that's what Spirit has shown me repeatedly since I walked into this vessel 4 years ago. 4.5 years ago. There's nothing you have to do except get back into your heart if you want to save your soul and heal all the distortions, but better yet, to heal everything that kept you and has enslaved you to being the same, thinking the same, doing the same, being the same as everybody else. Your schools teach you to be the same. Your families, your religions, your cultures, your creeds, your religions all teach you to be the same. Not one of them teaches you to be unique. Not one of them teaches you, encourages you to think for yourself. Oh, every single one of you think you are convinced you think for yourself. Every single one of us. But there's not a one of us that think for ourselves in one way or another, because we're afraid to be unique. We're afraid to be outside of the crowd. We're afraid of other people's opinions. And you know what, sweet ones? Until you can walk away, literally, from everything that you think gives you happiness, that gives you joy, until you can literally walk away from it, whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually, or all of the above. Until you can take yourself fully back to not caring about anything and take yourself back to your breath, you will never be fully free, because we're always going to strive to be something, to do something. Zero point in neutrality is just that. There is no thought. There is no expectation. There is no physical world. Because in that space of neutrality and 0 point, you are the world. And everything and everyone in it. So why strive to be that which you already are? That's what Spirit has shown me even deeper in the past 48 hours. Because I've really asked Spirit, Spirit, I had a mission when I walked into this vessel. Yet my mission is complete. So, what is the purpose of me still being here in physical form? Because and again, Spirit asked me, do you have to have a purpose? Can you be happy with just being? And by being in just whatever feels good at the moment, no plans, no worries, no stresses, no concerns. So how do I live, Spirit? He's like, do you have faith and trust? I said, I have all the faith and trust in you and the Lord and Mother in every given moment. It's the very breath of who I am. He's like, then so why do you need anything? He's like, when you have it all within. He's like, just as you say, Sophia, that this is a spacesuit. Use your mind to create your spacesuit. What you want on the outside of your spacesuit. He's like, just like your computer screen. All you got to do is just say, okay, now I want my hair black. And I want to move the chair over there. And he's like, just click it. And so it shall be. And truly, that's really how life is. It is only when you dwell and put limits on yourself and put conditions on yourself, you have to work hard to have this. You have to do this to have this. You have to stop doing that to be this. And yes, all of it has truth and untruth in it, absolutely. But the only truth and purpose you will find in life, sweethearts, and again, don't take my word for it, I don't want you like me. And I've said that many times. There's many times I said, I wish you can see the world through my eyes. And yes, very much of that is true. But more importantly, see the world through your eyes. See life through your eyes, not mine, not anybody else's. Your whole spiritual journey is to get you away from conformity, away from enslavement, to be unique because you are a unique expression of the Creator. And yet still, so many of us focus on what so-and-so says, focuses on what you have to do instead of being the one thing. The only thing you have to do is learn how to breathe, sweet ones. Rediscover how to breathe. Because as long as you are in a thought process that you have to do something to get something or be something, you limit yourself. Because truly, when you're in this silence, in the stillness of your breath, which is the Holy Spirit, you have absolutely everything. You are absolutely everything. And you are absolutely nothing and have absolutely nothing and can create whatever you want. And it is only in the space And at different levels of frequency, we all think we have it figured out. But there's always deeper truth and deeper clarity that is revealed the higher in frequency you allow yourself to evolve to. Yes, you have to do the inner work. You have to do the inner work. And why do you have to do the inner work? Because unless you do the inner work, you're still going to be conformed. You're still going to be just like everybody else. They're still going to blow you up to be fat, and you're all still going to look like a giant blueberry or blackberry or red berry or yellow berry or orange berry. You still look the same. You still act the same. You still think the same. And it is only through releasing the conformity that you truly return to all that you are. Because in the moment, sweethearts, the only thing that is important is the experience. So what? You don't like it. Okay, yes, I don't like it. I'm good with it. Move on now. Who cares? So you love it. Okay. You enjoyed it. Be grateful for it and move on. Life is what you give it meaning to be. And most often that meaning is from conformity. When you can allow the conformity to go, when you can allow yourself to be different, to not live by anybody else's rules, to not live because a guru or a teacher or a commander or a sage or a shaman has said so. The only thing that is important in your experience of being in form, and the only thing that matters is your breath and what you use your breath to create. Many use their breath to create many different things. But how many of those things do you create in your life, sweethearts? It's because so-and-so said, ooh, isn't this cool? Wouldn't this be neat to have? Ooh, look at this house. Isn't that beautiful? How much of your life is built around somebody else's ideologies, ideas, lifestyles, dreams, teachings? When is the last time you took yourself into your heart and allowed yourself to walk away? Emotionally, mentally, walk away from the labels and the definitions of your children, your spouses, your religions, your cultures, your creeds. Literally walk away from your life as you know it in the physical right now. Oh, I can't do that. I have my children. I didn't ask you to physically walk away. How many of you can walk away from anything, regardless if it's your children, your families, your lovers, whatever it may be, material or not? How many of you could literally drop everything and walk away right now? Without any kind of excuses. Well, they're my children, I have to take care of them. Well, it's my lover, I can't just leave them. How many of you could walk away? Because that, when you can answer that fully, yes, I can walk away without any obligation, any hurt, any pain, any emotional attachments. Am I saying to do that? No. It's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying, can you walk away? Because until you can say, yes, you can, you have a conditional love attached to them. This physical world changes consistently. Every moment, your children, your spouses, your job, your lovers, your education, your governments change. Why? Because in every breath you change. There's nothing outside of you, even though your children appear to be outside of you. You give your life meaning and definition and labels. But in all eternity, in the moment of now, there is no labels. There is no definition. There is no opinion. There is no judgment. It's just energy. So, sweetheart, celebrate your uniqueness. Embrace, if you do anything on your journey. And again, don't do anything because I suggest it. Like I said, Spirit really showed me yesterday, you don't have to do anything except follow your heart and breathe. Because in your breath you have everything. It's only how you define and give definition and how much you allow yourself to not be conformed to everything and everyone else that you set yourself free. Yes, to the human aspect, we need each other to rely on. We need the shoulder when we're down. And I'm not saying not be those things, because that comes from our hearts without, well, when you're true to yourself, assisting others, giving to another, all of that comes naturally. But we've been taught and conditioned that it's expected. When we're sick and we reach out to somebody, how much of reaching out is because you physically need them to come help you do something because you really just don't feel like doing it yourself because you're sick? How many times have you picked up the phone and called Mom and Dad or Aunt Betty and Uncle Harry or your sister, or you texted your spouse and got pissed off because one, they either didn't text you back, or two, you felt obligated. Well, I haven't talked to Mom and Dad in a while, I better call them. How many of you go into your groups and ask for guidance or ask for healing? If you are already all that you are, whether you are consciously aware of it or not, why do you have the expectation that somebody outside of you can send you healing and help you? Is it an absolute truth that they can? Sure. But why would you want them to, sweethearts? Why would you not rather embrace and amplify your own power and your own gifts within yourself? If you are already whole and complete, we are all one, right? Everybody loves to throw those words around, love and light, and we are all one. If we are all one and we are already whole and complete, why do you have to ask anything of anyone outside of you? These are things that I sat there and I really had a deep conversation with Spirit over the last 48 hours. I mean, I have spent hours upon hours upon hours talking to Spirit. Because I asked Spirit, I'm no longer willing to play the game of illusion. I'm done with it, Spirit. There is no purpose for me to continue experiencing delusion or illusion in this particular hologram. So why am I still here, Spirit? Show me the purpose of my being here right now. Is it my galactic mission? No. Again, that's the programming of the mind that convinces you you're here on a mission. Yes, we're here on a mission, but no, that mission is over. That too is all a frequency. You being alive is a gift, sweet ones. You don't have to do anything. You're convinced you have to go to work every day. You're convinced that you have to make money to pay your bills. You are convinced that your bills will not be paid because that's what you have been enslaved in. You are convinced your life will be miserable without a car, without power, because you may get cold, or this, that, or the other. You are convinced that you will be miserable without your lover, your partner, your spouse, your retirement account, your day-to-day job. You're convinced that you can't live without your children. You can't live without so-and-so. You can't live without this. You can't live without that. And every day that you convince yourself with your thoughts, you allow yourselves to die. You create and bury your own coffin. So you know, sweethearts, you don't need me or any other commander. You don't need me or any other shaman. You don't need me or your spouse or your dog or your animals or anything else. And as long as there is a need, you're digging your own coffin. Because the only thing that you are is the very breath that you breathe. And unless you allow that breath to define you in absolute allness and nothingness of uniqueness, you're just following another and digging your own coffin to be just like someone else. And you know what, sweethearts? You've come too far. Your journey has been a journey of releasing and healing from the conditioning. So why are you still in a space of allowing yourself to be conditioned all over again by following this commander, by following this guru, by following this lady, and listening to them? Because it gives you knowledge. Again, the only thing I'm going to encourage you, and this is my last live video, sweet ones, you don't need me. You need you. I love you guys with every fiber and cell and breath in my being. I am who I am, and I know who I am. But sweet ones, who and what you need is yourself. You need to believe and have trust and need only yourself. And right now these energies are asking you. The energies coming in are asking you, each of us, to be unique, because you are the living word of the Creator in a unique individual expression. You are magnificent. You are miraculous. You are beautiful. Each one of you are a commander. You're a commander of your vessel, your spacesuit. You are the universe, and the universe is you. The spiritual hierarchy is within you. It's not without of you. And anyone who convinces you that there's a spiritual hierarchy outside of you, bless them and have them go within on their own. Because the spiritual hierarchy is within you. There is no thing without you. It just is projected out to seem like it is. And if you are all things, sweet ones, then why do you need anyone? Because love has no need. It just is. I love you, Mary. I love all of you guys. I'm still going to be around. I'm just not going to do live videos anymore. I'm still here for each and every one of you. And if, reach out. I will continue to help each and every one of you decode your own layers within the levels within yourself, to assist you in releasing whatever conditioning you still have to release. But you don't need me to tell you, to encourage you to do these videos. The only thing you need is you. Your breath. Because, sweet ones, there's nothing outside of you. We are all interconnected. We're just avatars of each other. It's only when you can let go of the outside world and truly bring yourself back to just your breath. And I'm not saying, just in your meditation. I'm saying seriously, allow your mind to comprehend as much as it can, and it never will be able to. But allow your mind to be in your heart, not in your brain. And you will find there's nothing you have to do. You don't have to work hard to be unique. And when you stop having the ideas and the thoughts that you have to do something, that you have to work hard in order to achieve something, and you can just allow yourself to be, you will be guided on what to do to have that which you've chosen. The universe will always choose that which has already been chosen, sweethearts. And when you can choose from your breath rather than out of need or obligation or anything else of the conditioning that we've been enslaved in, you will discover yourself and your uniqueness. And once you discover your uniqueness, you will fully understand why you are on this earth in this moment. And you will discover your purpose is none other than that of loving the light, of the pillar of light that you are. So fly, sweet ones. Allow yourselves to be unique if you choose. Or allow yourselves to be conformed. It doesn't matter. There is no thing in this outside physical world that matters. And if it matters, observe it. Because if it matters, there's an attachment to it of conditional love. In these new harmonic frequencies this planet has risen to, is showing every single one of us where conditioning still exists, and where thought rather than inner knowing intercepts the transmissions of spirit and convinces it to be that of truth. When the only absolute truth there is peace. There is no slaving, working hard, thinking this, that, or the other in peace. Because peace just is. I love you, sweethearts. Have a great day. Big, big, big hugs and blessings. And know you are everything and nothing. And there's nothing or no one that you need outside of you. And when you can truly discover that within your heart, you'll set yourself free from conformity and from uniformity. Have a great day, sweethearts. I love you. Big, big, big hugs and blessings.